Let's go over the syllabus and general purpose guidelines and structure of this class in this video. So what you can see here is the visual syllabus for this class, basically our plan for the course. And at the bottom, there is a link to the PDF version of the syllabus, a longer syllabus that I encourage you to read as well. But each of these syllabi will give you a breakdown of the course. You can see the name of the course, my contact information, how to schedule an appointment with me. The learning outcomes in the middle, all of these are the things that we are going to learn in this class. If you aren't sure about many of these learning outcomes or you don't know what they mean, that's okay. We'll go through them in the class and you'll learn them throughout the course. Some of them you're probably already familiar with and doing quite well in your reading and writing. You can also see the textbook. It's a link here. It's free online. I'll link to it throughout the course as well, so you'll be able to find the page numbers and everything quickly. For this class, the supplies you'll need are a computer or a laptop and then access to the internet. If you need any help getting those supplies, let me know if you need any help getting connected to this course. Next up, you see the course communication plan. I'll send you weekly announcements and give you feedback each week throughout the course. Make sure that you're checking my grades weekly on Blackboard, and that will be where you can see feedback from me on your major projects and assignments. Throughout this course, there'll also be writer's workshops. So this course is really about giving and receiving feedback as a writer and growing throughout the writing process. So throughout the discussion boards, the feedback that I share with you, as well as peer reviews with others, you'll be able to get a lot of kind of writer workshop and improvement sessions in on your writing by sharing your drafts with others and getting feedback and making improvements and changing things. You can also plan to schedule those workshops with me if you'd like to do them online or in person. For individual learning plans, I want you to know that we will set a learning plan that works for you, and everyone will be able to kind of have a personalized learning experience throughout this course. So in that same sense, if you fall behind, don't hesitate to contact me. I'll reach out to you if you fall behind and kind of try to keep consistent communication going so that we can work together to make a learning plan that will work for you, and understand that everyone learns at a different pace. So connect with me if the workload becomes too much or too little in this term, and we can personalize the class for you. In this course, we'll also have discussion boards. In the discussion boards, you'll have a chance to kind of build the learning community and complete peer reviews. That's where you share your writing with others and get feedback on it, as well as give feedback to others. So the general guidelines for the discussion boards in this class is first to complete a post that answers the question or the prompt, what you're being asked to do for the discussion board. So you post first, right? Your own original post. And then number two, you respond to two classmates with questions and insights that continue the conversation or complete the directions of the discussion board. So that's kind of the way in which you get the most points for the discussion boards. This course is really also focused on 3 major projects and then a final portfolio and learning journal. So those 3 projects are 3 different essays in which you get to choose the topics that you want to write about and you care about. The first essay takes us through weeks 1 through 4 of this course. That's where you go through a writing process, getting started, understanding what essays are, doing a little free writing, and creating a writing space that's going to work for you. We'll also look at different example essays. You'll analyze and evaluate the 5-paragraph essay. You'll start to plan to write an essay that goes beyond 5 paragraphs through your own writing process, in which you kind of pre-write and brainstorm, generate ideas, maybe map or outline or free write, then rough draft a text or an essay, share it with others for peer review, do revising, editing, touch it up for the final draft, and then submit it and reflect on it. So some of those different pieces for the writing process will take you through Essay 1. Essay 2 is quite similar. Essay 2, however, includes more research. For Essay 1, you don't have to do research from outside sources, but for Essay 2, you'll choose a topic that you can research, and will learn about information literacy at the same time in which you are writing your essay. And that's ways in which you find credible sources that you can trust that will fit your essay and support your ideas and complete your essay's purpose with the audience. So same thing there, you'll go through a writing process and submit the final draft. That will be around week 9. Finally, Essay 3 will take us into weeks 9 and 10. For this essay, you'll have a couple different options. You could simply keep writing Essay 2 and just add to it and keep developing it, and that becomes your Essay 3 or Project 3. You could choose a totally new essay to write about, or you could even do kind of a more creative spin on the classic essay. So instead of having it in just writing and double spaced and 12-point font and writing and all that you've learned before, you might think about, okay, how would I turn this into an infographic or a visual essay or a video essay? You might have different spins in which you make the text multimodal. So that's an option and things we'll learn about for essay 3, looking at examples, going through a writing process, and submitting a final draft around week 10. So essay 3 is just an expansion from essay 2 for many of us, or also just a quick spin on your topic from essay 2, or if you'd like a totally new essay. But the quick turnaround is just about 1 week there on that essay. So with that, you'll want to choose a topic that's manageable, and we can talk about that. Finally, the final portfolio of this course is in the last 2 weeks, weeks 11 and 12. So every few weeks, you'll complete growth journals in which you reflect on your learning. And in these journals, you set your goals, you kind of measure your progress and grade yourself in connection to the learning outcomes and what the learning objectives are in this class. And so after you finish each final draft of your essays, of your projects that you're working on, you add them to a portfolio of your work, essentially a folder of your best work that you'll have beyond this course, right, into other courses or just to show anybody your reading and writing skills at the college level. And at the end of this class, you write a final reflection, or you can schedule an interview with me one-on-one, which is basically a conversation or a reflection journal about how you met each learning outcome and what you think your final grade should be. You address your future goals or areas of improvement as well. So basically, you connect your writing skills from this class to your future career and how you would grade yourself at this moment and score yourself at that point. And we have a discussion about your grade, which brings us to how grading works in this class. The grading style in this class is kind of ungraded. You'll still get a grade at the end of the course, like A, B, C, D, or F. However, there are no points, there's no rankings, and I want you to think of this class as like all feedback and dialogue or conversation about improving your writing more so than getting points. So with that, the nature of the class is that we work together for you to meet each learning outcome. And so the first parts of the projects and all the essays that you write are basically practice opportunities. You get full credit, you get a check mark, a green completion check mark that means good job, keep going, and some personalized feedback from me on the next step for finishing those assignments. So I leave feedback, I let you know how you did on every assignment, you get full credit, and then the final draft of those projects have specific rubrics and requirements that you're kind of following, and your final grade then is measured against those rubrics. And your final grade on each project is measured on those rubrics, and then your final grade through the class is based on your reflections in connection with those essays. So essentially, you write journals showing and explaining how your essays helped you meet the learning outcomes. And so at the beginning of the class, we complete a growth journal, you set goals, and then as you complete major projects and assignments, you add them to your collection of best work in this class, the portfolio. You reflect on your score like every 4 weeks or so. You self-check your learning and growth. You write about your progress, and you give yourself a grade at those different checkpoints. And then I provide feedback at that time too. We have a conversation about where your grade is at and where you are for meeting all the outcomes of the class. And this kind of helps you understand your grade throughout the course. So you can see your scores on the growth journals in this course as your markers for your grades. By the end of the class, you have a chance to once again revise all your projects, complete a final learning outcome reflection journal, and in this reflection or interview, you talk to me about how you've met each learning outcome, and it can be what you think your final grade is at that time. You tell me the grade that you think you've earned, and if your work and essays all support that grade, that's the grade that you get. Most of the time, you get the grade that you have earned based on your work in the course and your reflections in those journals. And that way we have that conversation about the grade, and that's how kind of an ungraded classroom works. Let me know if that's not going to work for you, and we can discuss other options too. But this class is all about making mistakes and revising and just having unlimited amounts of revisions and redos. So you can submit assignments and projects an unlimited number of times to keep getting the higher score, and you can just kind of embrace the writing and revision process that way. So I don't want you to be hesitant to submit your work if you don't think it's perfect. Know that anything that you submit can be reworked for a higher grade at any time. This class also uses a system of suggested due dates. So the suggested due dates means that the due dates in this class are designed to help you keep up the pace and to prevent you from feeling behind and overwhelmed. It's kind of to help you follow along a learning process and complete the course in the 12 weeks. This class moves quite quickly. So if you fall behind, know that you can always make things up and catch back up. And most of the due dates in this class are on Mondays at 11:59 p.m. and that's a suggestion. But if you ever can't get an assignment in on time, just let me know. We can talk about an extension. If you fall behind, we can also work together to create a catch-up plan. However, I want you to know that it's still super important to stay caught up in this course. Think of those due dates as strict and try to follow them as best as you can. The worst thing you can do is let yourself fall very far behind in the course so far that you can't complete all the assignments and catch back up. So with that, I want you to know that the due dates are suggestions. However, if you fall too far behind, it can be too much for you to catch back up, and I want to be here to help you with that if you need any support there. You can also check out my learning philosophy here. You can see where I kind of come from as an instructor. I like to learn with students, and I think about language learning and many of my different experiences and how they relate to reading and writing classrooms like this one. So you can check out these different bullet points and watch the video to learn a little bit more about me. I won't go through it in this video. And after that, I encourage you to read this PDF version of the syllabus as well to get a more in-depth breakdown of what I just went through here. But basically, that's the class syllabus, how things are going to work in this class. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm happy to support your learning. Take care.